Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Corner. Welcome to Art Regner's video blog for FoxSportsDetroit.com. We're talking about Game 3 of the World Series between the Detroit Tigers and the San Francisco Giants. Without trying to sound too redundant here, the Tigers lose Game 3 just like they lost Game 2 by a score of 2-0. The Tigers are the first team to back-to-back shutouts since the Baltimore Orioles did it back to the Dodgers back in the 60s. Actually, that team was shut out 3 times in a row, and the way the Tigers are playing right now, or the way the Tigers are hitting, that could be possible. As I said, I don't want to sound too redundant here, and there really isn't much to say. Over the last 18 innings of baseball, the Tigers have managed a grand total of 7 hits and have scored 0 runs. But I think we really have to look at this and look at what's happening to the Tigers during this World Series. And remember something, during this baseball season, it was up and down the whole season for Detroit, especially offensively, except for that time in July, I think, where they won 13 of 17 games. They really have not been that offensive powerhouse that we thought that they were going to be. They were able to do it by hitting with runners in scoring position, a surprising stat, but they got key hits during the regular season that I think kind of masked what a problem was, which was a lack of consistent hitting and to a certain degree clutch hitting. And that's exactly what's happening right now. I mean, you can tip your cap again to the San Francisco Giants and everything that they've done, but the fact of the matter is that the Tigers are a very slow, plodding team. They grounded into 2 double plays tonight. Prince Fielder in the first inning, Quentin Berry grounded into a double play, and Cue Ball had a really bad game, obviously, but I can't blame Quentin Berry. If you're counting on Quentin Berry to score you runs and win a World Series for you, then your team's in trouble. It has to be guys like Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder who just have not got the job done. I mean, collectively as a team, they haven't gotten the job done, and that really is the problem. So what really was a problem during the regular season has been doubly magnified here in the World Series, where the Tigers really are not a consistent hitting baseball team. Except for the Yankee series, I know I pointed it out in previous video blogs, and I know that Jim Leyland has also talked about it during his post-game press conference, except for Game 4 of the American League Championship Series against the Yankees, where the Tigers scored 8 runs. Scoring runs has been a problem during this postseason, and it was a problem for long stretches during the regular season too. So this is nothing new. Now we have to, I guess if you're a Tiger fan, and especially the Tigers, you turn your attention to tomorrow's game number 4. And hopefully Max Scherzer, who probably is going to have to pitch a shutout in order for the Tigers to win, if he can extend it to a Game 5, so at least the city of Detroit can see Justin Verlander pitch one more time, because he would be the starter in Game 5. The Tigers are, since it's been such a weird season, kind of a historic season, up and down, let's face it, I mean, I wrote them off. I wrote them off saying they weren't going to make the playoffs a couple of months ago, simply because of the fact is that they weren't hitting. They weren't getting enough clutch hitters. They were not, I'm calming down, they weren't getting enough clutch hits. We can talk, as I said in the last video blog, about at times their bullpen let them down. At times their defense let them down. But for the most part, what's really let the Tigers down more than anything this season has been their lack of consistent hitting, lack of clutch hitting. And it's, again, as I said, I don't want to be redundant here, but, obviously we're seeing that in the World Series. Tigers, since it was such a weird year and they were able to get into the World Series with only 88 total regular season victories, but they got the job done against Oakland. Their pitchers did, and especially against the Yankees. And just an idle thought, how bad can the Yankees be? I mean, the Tigers were able to do what they were able to do to the Yankees in the American League Championship Series. I mean, I'm just throwing that to all my New York buddies out there. But anyway, I just want to say that the Tigers, it's possible. It's possible. But if they were to come back and win this World Series, highly improbable, it would be historic, because no team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit to win the Fall Classic. So the name of the game is hitting. I mean, it's easy. It's just hitting. They need to score some runs. You can't be shut out and expect to win. You know, Anibal Sanchez pitched very, very well. It was weird. I mean, the San Francisco Giants walked once and struck out 12 times today, but got 7 hits and played great defense and strung their hits together and got key hits. The Tigers, on the other hand, had several walks, only struck out 7 times, but only could manage 4 hits and grounded into 2 crucial double plays. And really, that's the story of the game. They're just not getting the big hit when they need it, the big knock. And if they don't get the big knock, then they're knocked out of the World Series tomorrow and they're swept, which is really going to be kind of horrible when you consider that the Tigers have been awful as far as I think now in the World Series. Their last 6 World Series games, they're 0-6, and they've been absolutely atrocious. So hopefully tomorrow, Max Scherzer can be great. The starting pitching has been great. I thought the bullpen, Benoit and Koch, were good tonight too. But if Fielder and Cabrera and Jackson, and I can go through the whole lineup, if not one of those fellows can get a big hit tomorrow, then the World Series is over, and it would be very, very disappointing for everybody. The Tigers players themselves, obviously, would be disappointed. The city of Detroit, owner Mike Ilitch, but it would be just a shock and really kind of an embarrassment if the Tigers go out this way, because they have looked absolutely pathetic. So, lack of hitting. What can I say? Your team shut out 2 times in a row. There isn't really much to say about it. So, there you have it. Hopefully tomorrow the Tigers will be able to score some runs, get some big hits, and I'll see you tomorrow after game number 4. Hopefully we're not talking about the world champion San Francisco Giants, but we're looking forward to game 5 with Justin Verlander on the hill. And just a weird night. You know, offense was not kind to Michigan teams today, although Michigan State did pull out a big overtime victory in scoring late. Denard Robinson out of Michigan's attack, and Russell Bellamy, if he's the answer next year, Michigan could be in trouble. But, points, runs, all kinds of things, just tough to come by for teams hailing from the state of Michigan, especially today. Although, as I said, Michigan State did win, so you have to give them some credit. But aside from that, until we meet again, which will be tomorrow after Game 4, have a safe and pleasant one, everyone. I'm Art Regner for Fox Sports Detroit. See ya. Take care. Bye-bye.